is a game we in a fucking hustle, we in a grind. Everybody ain't 50 Cent, everybody ain't Puff, everybody ain't Jay-Z. You gotta stick with it, nigga. Grind with it, nigga. You gotta do your job. Whatever your record is, if I was a promo man, whatever record you give me, I'ma get played. Cause my tongue gonna move that quick. I'ma get the shit done whether niggas like it, love it, hate it, whatever.
The world of hip-hop is frequently filled with rumors and conjecture, and the most recent dispute to grab public attention concerns two of the genre's greatest models. Jay on SDCC's latest whole a sensational tale has surfaced, claiming that Jada's leapt Diddy in order to stop him before he could voice his opinions about unidentified problems. This shocking assertion has ignited social media and sparked conversations about power dynamics, rivalries, and the frequently shady music industry underbelly.
The acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list.
The story first appeared on a number of gossip blogs and social media sites, where it quickly gained traction. According to the first reports, Jay's allegedly planned an attack on Diddy to stop him from disclosing damaging information, but it's unclear what exactly Diddy supposedly pleaded to disclose, so there is a lot of conjecture as to what might be at stake. As is often the case with powerful figures in the same industry, Jay-Z and Diddy, two influential figures in hip-hop, have had a complicated relationship over the years. Both men rose to prominence in the 1990s, building empires that span music, fashion, and other business ventures. While they have occasionally collaborated and publicly expressed mutual respect, there have also been underlying tensions and competition between them.
Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce. And I say that, women do have
that country album, and any of you that buy that shit stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap
credit.
Music with goddamn a holster and a hat.
But she remade Jolene.
That bitch. I'm gonna tell you the song she should have remade. It's a hit. It would have done great for her. She should have tried it on. Tammy Wynette. Classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that hell. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah. Whoops. And disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like
who was
this.
actually carrying his baby while you was spanking it. Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you? He put it in everybody else? Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
Half of which dumbass bitch.
So, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
Why don't nobody want to accept that bitch bitch?
I think
she went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged.
Jay-Z produced Carter is a rapper, producer, and businessman who has risen to prominence in the music industry. His career started in the mid-1990s with the release of his album Reasonable, and since then, he has won multiple awards, released a number of critically acclaimed albums, and established himself as a successful businessman, mogul with endeavors like the Roc Nation title, and his collaboration with aficionados of luxury brands. Another legendary person in hip-hop is Shad Duddy, better known by his stage name Puff Daddy. He began his career in the early 1990s as a record executive and producer, starting Bad Boy Records. Diddy has helped other musicians, such as the Notorious Big, launch their careers. He has also amassed a varied commercial empire that encompasses television production, fashion brands, and liquor companies.
Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. Snacking on his bitch, killing people cat. And guess what? They wouldn't give her a restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. impulse control issues? I don't know. I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston. Why the fuck did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
That was very weird. The next day, within the week?
The next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames.
Man.
I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that Astro World.
So, let me ask you.
Texas politics.
Yeah, Texas politics, man. It's that right there. We're gonna talk about the episode, but for right now, I just got to get your take on when we see a Killer Mike win 3 Grammys
and get arrested immediately after because Jay-Z paid somebody up just so he couldn't have a good night. You, Sean.
Hey, man.
Weirdo.
Oof.
I don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate your AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a bitch like me. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have did a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Kathy. Cause you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her. Wonder why?
That's a good.
There is little evidence to support the rumored event in which Jay-Z allegedly jumped. According to some accounts, there was a physical fight, while others suggest more symbolic leaping, such as a big business decision or calculated move to weaken Diddy's position. This stays elusive and feeds public curiosity and the rumor mill without hard proof or direct testimonies of the reality.
I'll touch on a friend dying, but even before we get there, I got to ask you about 2001, Jay-Z Unplugged.
Yeah.
Jaguar Writers there,
Yeah.
Heart of the City.
Yeah. It's the 21-year anniversary.
It's the 21-year
this month.
anniversary, and I don't think we've seen nothing like that since. And I know you posted it. We're going to talk about the network, but I know you posted it and put it out there. I want you to touch on either the genius or the insanity of Jay-Z. This man, as far as what he's done since then, is, either preordained, destined, or he had a plan. But it seemed like he geared himself towards it. But you were there to witness it firsthand from what he was back then. I just want you to because, not many people have a firsthand account of what this man is doing and what he's about to do.
In 21 years, I have never had anything to say about Mr. Sean Carter other than the fact that we had a pleasant working relationship and he was an excellent businessman.
21 years.
21 years. And after 21 years, what I will say to you is this. The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as the nigga that was with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L.
One of the
That was the
dopest.
sensei.
One of the dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, camaraderie with Honeycombs and AKA Diddy. And
why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycombs?
because he smacks so sweet. That fucking sodomite. Anyway, so yeah, then, you know, and then Reasonable Doubt was happening, and then Dame's in the picture, and Dame's building Rockefeller, and everybody's talking about Jay-Z. And don't get me wrong, there is nobody who loves.
There are various issues with the assertion that Jay-Z intervened to silence Diddy before he could speak up. Given the huge stakes in the music industry, what knowledge might he possess that would be so harmful? It may be financial information, personal scandals, internal disputes within the industry, and the mysteries surrounding the purported silence all contribute to the intrigue and conjecture surrounding the chamber. As Roar has been swift and other followers of both musicians have voiced their thoughts on social media, with some applauding the controversy and others supporting their favorite muggle. Media outlets have covered the subject in great detail, although many have pointed out that the assertions are speculative and lack hard evidence. The rumors buzz underscores the persistent problems with celebrities' personal lives and rivalries.
Doubt.
At the time
Nobody. No, still.
Yes, to this day.
Still. Listen to me. I don't give a fuck how I feel about you. For me to have bad feelings about someone and not acknowledge art and its greatness or at its finest is hating. Maybe I don't fuck with you, but them shoes is hot, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be real. So I will never. Shit, I was just listening to Watch the Throne earlier this week, and that shit was enraging me. Cause I'm like, y'all motherfuckers was living for this fucking album and was Kanye. And then all of y'all made all of this money on this motherfucking dude, and now all of a sudden, who, him? Like he was good enough when you let him slump Just Blaze's fucking whole career. He was the shit.
That's our issue in itself.
It was worth putting Just Blaze on the line for, because Just Blaze was Rockefeller production until Kanye.
Yeah.
Who's Just Blaze producing for now?
That I don't know. Who is? Yeah, about to say that I don't know. And he was the movement.
Where is Just Blaze?
Yeah.
I mean, he was making Hov's beats. You got Tidal. You're a billionaire. Where the fuck is Just Blaze?
That's the question.
He's not at least an executive at Rock Nation? He's not at least an executive at Tidal?
At least.
Like I said, Biggie died, Tupac died. And then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z. And then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common. You know? And then there was a falling out. And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of both worlds? Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
That nigga swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
Yeah, we know why.
You know what? I got a better question.
Yeah.
How valuable is a Biggie Smalls verse?
Yeah.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Fucking Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy. His catalog. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse is very valuable. Am I wrong? Does anybody disagree with me?
No, that's
Both Jay-Z and Diddy have faced many scandals in their careers, so this latest rumor could affect how the public feels about them. Jay-Z's reputation as a shrewd businessman and philanthropist could be damaged by accusations that he used force or intimidation to silence a P. Diddy could appear sympathetic in light of the possibility that he is being silenced for having damaging information, but it could also raise concerns about his own transparency and actions beyond the immediate Diddy's and Jay-Z's fallout from their argument touches on more general topics. The notion that influential people in the music industry might take drastic measures to safeguard their interests emphasizes the competitive nature of the industry and the difficulties that executives and artists have in navigating complicated relationships and holding onto their positions of.
So then what the fuck happened to the commission? What happened to that album?
Right.
It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have came out that summer after Biggie's album because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then the commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy. And then starting his own company. So tell me something. And this ain't me being an asshole. I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a fuck if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was fucking the girl that didn't want you.
Oh. Let the church say amen.
I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you moved his ass around and out of Rockefeller so tough and then just moved right over to Def Jam. By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah died?
Yeah.
And Beyonce's solo career was struggling? Jam on your horn now, that fucking bullshit ass record. From the Austin Powers shit, it was some of the worst shit ever. They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah died. And then they brought Rich Harrison in, and you know, got me thinking so crazy right now. She liked posing with him in pictures for Page 6. Aaliyah didn't. She fell in love with Dame. And Aaliyah's gone, and you know. You have to start asking yourself questions after being in this business for this long. If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right.
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over and over again? So to answer your question, I'm sure he's always going to be a billionaire, and I'm sure he's got great things to happen. I mean, look, he's got the job with the NFL. He's hooking all his friends up with the halftime shows. I mean, think about it. Think about the halftime shows. Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, all Roc Nation. Now Rihanna, and then we had the whole LA thing, which of course he was involved in that, and then they pulled Mary J. Blige off to, you know, make sure she got that money for Kendall. And, you know, they had that whole moment, you know, but all he's doing is using his friends and the people that he fucks with, or at least the people that signs his non-disclosure agreements, he keeps getting them the Super Bowl gigs. So I mean, like, he's doing all kinds of stuff, you know, and I do not begrudge him. It's just, if you gotta do the kind of things that he's done to get where he's gotten, well, fuck it. I don't want it that bad. I don't want nothing.
The Jay-Z and Diddy rumor reflects these dynamics, illustrating how personal and professional conflicts can intersect in dramatic ways. Given the high stakes and competitive nature of the business rivalries between artists, the hip-hop industry is particularly susceptible to the power of muggles. Muggles can shape the careers of those involved and influence the broader cultural landscape. In the case of Jay-Z and Diddy, the current rumor highlights the double-edged nature of fame, where public interests can quickly turn into scrutiny and speculation. Rumors and gossip have long been a part of celebrity culture and often serve to entertain and engage the public, but they can also have serious consequences affecting reputations, careers, and personal relationships.
It's a guy, right? It's a guy named Uncle Ron, right? I don't know if you've seen this video. You should have seen the video. It went viral. It was a real big video, man. It went viral, man. And his name is Uncle Ron, and he claims that he used to work for Puffy. He was one of Puffy bodyguards, and he said that Puffy offered him $30,000 to kill Biggie for his publishing. How you feel about that, yo? And do you know this guy?
Well, first and foremost, you got to realize this. Anybody could come on this internet and say anything, right? And dude is getting a whole lot of attention because people even calling me, asking me about him, you know, and I don't know him from a can of paint. He even mentioned my name, saying that I know. I know what I know. I don't know what he knows. But I do know this, that it's only 3 people that had contracts with Puff and Bad Boy. Me, Wolf, and Paul Alford. If he didn't come through Paul Alford Security, Green Gate Security, he didn't have a contract with Puff. Because anybody who worked for Puff, other than me and Wolf, came through Green Gate Security. That was Paul's security thing, especially at the time that he was saying that he worked for Puff, or Puff offered him $30,000. Now, anybody knows this, that Bad Boy took 50% of all this artist publishing, right? 50% of all the artist publishing straight out the rip. Then Puff gave Big $200,000 for the rest of his publishing. So what publishing did he was trying to get and keep from Puff? You understand? What publishing was Puff was trying to get when he already had it? He had already paid for it. What part of the catalog was he talking about? I don't understand that. And then he said that Puff offered him $30,000. I can't say he lied, but I can say that he wasn't a part of Bad Boy Security that I know. I knew everybody who worked during them days. You understand? And I don't know dude from a can of paint.
So whoever this Uncle Ron dude is, he's a liar then. He's a fraud.
Is he a fraud? Bruh, he's what he is. He wasn't part of our security that I knew of. Not at that time. He never been on no trips with us. He never been at no parties, no nothing. So is he a fraud? The internet will have the real niggas looking fake and the fake niggas looking real. Put it together. How could he want Biggie publishing when he already had it? That's where he fucked up at. That's where he fucked up at. How you want something that you already own?
Yeah, you right. You right.
I know I am. That's where he fucked up at. Bad Boy owns 50% of the shit already as an artist. They got 100%. Bad Boy takes 50% right off the top. Then he gave Big $200,000 for the rest of his publishing. So now the other stuff goes to the producers or whatever, of the music. So what is he talking about?
Knowing the reasons for such a drastic action is essential to determining whether the rumor has any merit. In contrast, Diddy's intention to speak out could come from a desire to expose perceived injustices, settle old scores, or assert his own influence given the circumstances. Jay-Z's purported attempt to silence Diddy could be motivated by a desire to protect personal secrets, business interests, or maintain control within the industry. Due to the rumor's sensational nature, it is imperative that you examine it critically and rely on reliable sources for your IG verification. If such verification is not available, then direct comments from persons involved or concrete proof is required to support any allegation. The story stays in the realm of conjecture, possibly causing more harm than good by spreading misconceptions and lies.
Puffy, he made a comment on Biggie's birthday, and he made this comment to Jay-Z and Fat Joe. And he said that while they was in LA, they took ecstasy while they was shooting a music video with Hypnotize. Is there any truth to that from what you know?
Bruh, he lying and the truth ain't in him. You hear what I'm saying? I've seen the autopsy report of Big's death. The complete autopsy report. You understand? Hypnotized was shot, you understand, about a week or not even a full week before Big's death. They test his liver, his kidneys, and all his other shit. And there was not no drug ecstasy in his system. See, all that shit is whereas that, what can I say right now to get me attention? What can I say to stop people from thinking, oh, I didn't go to Brooklyn for the celebration of Big's 50th. I didn't go to the party. I didn't go to none of the things that New York had opened up the city to celebrate for Big. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw people off by saying, and bring another little attention to like, oh yeah, me and Big was doing E. Come on, man. Big was doing a lot of other pain pills, a lot of other stuff like that because of his situation. But ecstasy was not one of the things that was in his system. Go see the autopsy report. It's evidence that's out there that Puff and Big wasn't as close as they try to make it seem. You understand what I'm saying? Big was leaving the label. Big wanted his marketing back. Big wanted his publishing back. So he found out as being an artist, yo, the money is in the publishing. The money, I make money by my name and my face and my marketing. Probably make more money in the publishing than he do doing tours and all his other shit. Bad Boy take 50% of your publishing if you're an artist. Now you got 50% left that's got to be shared with producers, other writers, and the artists. Then he bought big portion of that for another $200,000. Come on, man. That's what your man do to you when you down and out and you done made him millions?
Historical precedents can provide context for understanding the current situation and offer insights into how such conflicts typically unfold. Resolving examples from the past can also highlight the potential long-term impacts on the careers and lives of those involved. The entertainment industry has seen similar controversies in the past where rumors of feuds and power struggles have captured the public's attention. In order to confront and resolve such controversies, transparency is essential. It can assist to clarify the situation and put an end to baseless speculation if Jay-Z and Diddy communicate in an honest and transparent manner on the rumors and share their perspectives. Legal actions, such as defamation lawsuits, may be pursued in cases where rumors and allegations become so damaging that transparency fosters trust with fans and the general public. While legal actions can offer a formal avenue for addressing false claims and seeking redress, they can also prolong public attention on the matter and increase scrutiny of the parties involved. In social media have increased rumors' influence and spread, making it possible for information to go fast and far. While this can raise public knowledge and participation, it also implies that unverified statements can get a lot of traction. For both Jay-Z and Diddy, managing one's image and story in the social media era necessitates proactive steps to dispel false information and strategic communication. Fans will be closely watching their actions in the upcoming weeks and months as they consider how best to handle their public personas and business interests going forward. They may decide to directly address the rumors, providing clarifications or denials, or they may choose to let the story fade over time. The industry and the media.
In the last interview we did, you were speaking about how Puffy, he told on Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, and Jay Prince about the distribution company they was trying to make. How do you know for a fact that Puffy told the police? So if you don't mind, can you break that down some more, yo, for the people?
Because it wasn't the police, it was the feds, one of the persons who was with them. So you got to understand this, right? Suge Knight was bringing terror onto Uptown Records, had them scared. You understand? Had them scared. That's why Andre Herrera would hire a person like Bill Whitfield that was a strong dude that didn't care about nothing and they would do his thing against somebody or anybody. He did everything to protect Andre Harrell. But and this is the situation, Suge was extorting them, and they thought he was using extortion tactics. You understand? To get Mary J. Blige's contract right, to get Jodeci contract right. And it was this other person, I don't know, it was Jeff Red, I don't know who it was, but it was somebody else in Uptown Records that he was helping to try to get their contracts right. Because they wasn't getting no points, no publishing, they wasn't getting nothing but show money. You understand what I'm saying? So now, when Puff, Kirk Burroughs, that's the other person that was with them, they go up to the feds with all this paperwork, you understand? And I mentioned this before, you understand? They not only talking about the extortion stuff, they talking about how they trying to be made to have this what you call this promotion, this distribution thing. And which I'm finding out they wasn't even gonna be a part of it until later. But they was in fear, like they was trying to be made to be a part of this whole distribution thing that Suge Knight was trying to build up with Rockefeller, because it was Dame Dash, it was Irv Gotti, it was Jay Prince, and Death Row. You understand what I'm saying? So now everybody wanna know who's this and who's that, and wanna go back and say, yo, how do you know? It came from the horse's mouth. He said he got all the paperwork to prove it. Kirk Burroughs said it plenty of times, but nobody won't sit down with him. I mean,
Insiders, the rumor that Jay-Z allegedly jumped to silence him before he could speak out is a dramatic and sensational story that has captured the public's imagination, but the truth behind the allegations is still unknown. Regardless of the current controversy, both Jay-Z and Diddy have demonstrated remarkable resilience throughout their careers. They have navigated numerous challenges and setbacks, consistently adapting and evolving to maintain their status and influence. Resilience will likely serve them well as they address the latest rumors and continue to shape the future of hip-hop. The circumstance brings the intricate power relationships and conflicts to light. The way the story progressed within the music industry highlights the value of openness, critical thinking, and ethical media coverage in navigating the frequently murky realm of celebrity rumors.
Don't get none of these, these radio stations and all this stuff like that to sit down with him. He said, I got the paperwork. He got files from the from the DEA and the FBI, all that stuff like that. He got plenty of paperwork behind this whole stuff. But people want to get on here and say, yo, because they not privy to the information, you understand, directly from the people who was involved. And you get a person like me that don't give a damn, and I'll repeat it and tell it. Oh, dude capping, dude looking for attention. No, it happened. Now other people coming out talking about it. They putting Jay-Z was a part of it. They telling their story, and it all is coincide what we said years ago, when we said on platforms before, when we said on your show before. So I can't worry about what these cats are saying. They doing it for the views, bruh. They doing it because they don't have nothing else to talk about. Like I said before, they're gonna look at this and make a show about it. Keep helping that platform, Art.
So Puffy told, but Jay-Z, I didn't know about that. So Jay-Z, he told too?
Said that years ago, man. Said that years ago. What are you gonna do? They're gonna do whatever. Yo, listen to me. They're the reason why rap in New York went down the drain. They made sure that these young cats didn't come up with platforms and didn't come up with situations. Like Jay-Z, let me tell you something. Jay-Z and it's funny. It's funny. We were talking about how Puff and Ja Rule was cool. But at one time, Puff was trying to trick Ja Rule into going at Jay-Z. That whole weekend that he was with Sarah. The whole weekend they was in that hotel room. That day they was in that hotel room. All the way coming back on that G5 jet. He was trying to talk Ja Rule into going at Jay-Z. But now him and Jay-Z is like freaking frat. It's crazy how things work out, huh?
The wider music industry has responded cautiously to the rumors spreading about Jay and Diddy. Notably, many artists, producers, and executives have chosen to remain silent, probably because there isn't enough proof to support the claims or because the subject matter is so delicate. Nevertheless, a few people have spoken out, urging people to remain calm and stressing the need to avoid drawing conclusions before all the facts are known. A number of influential voices inside the business have advocated for a cautious response to the issue. These voices emphasize the significance of differentiating between verified facts and unfounded rumors. They advise the public and media to hold off on developing opinions until official declarations are made in shoddy, reliable publications. This viewpoint emphasizes the necessity of treating these kinds of high-profile accusations more responsibly in order to prevent needless harm to people's reputations and livelihoods.
The story was that Jay was going to try to perform in Vegas, but Pac was in Vegas and him and his dudes now. And they wasn't gonna let Jay-Z come out the hotel. They found out where Jay was at. And Jay wasn't gonna come out the hotel. He was gonna miss that performance or whatever like that. But then Dame Dash called some people and they got back to Chaz and they made some phone calls. And Suge Knight had said, yo, that ain't me, bro. That's Pac with his wild self, man. I'm gonna call him off Jay. So he called the dogs off. Suge called Pac and they let Jay go do his concert and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? It was something that Big D and Chaz, you know, they took and I think probably Eric B, they talked to Suge about it and Suge talked to Pac and he allowed Jay to do his concert.
So Tupac, he found out Jay-Z was performing in Vegas and he tried to stop that from happening. But after Suge Knight spoke with Tupac, he ended up performing.
Yeah.
So that story really is true. Tupac, he really had an issue with Jay-Z. He really didn't like him then.
Not at all.
Do you think it's because he was cool with Biggie, his affiliation with Biggie?
I don't know why he wasn't doing it, bro, but I know he wasn't letting him do that concert and Jay was scared of him. Jay wasn't coming out that hotel. Until he got clearance.
You and the Mad Rapper, the guy that was doing all them skits for the Bad Boy albums, what's the issue between both of y'all? Because you said he said something about you, right?
Man, the Mad Rapper is Angelo. What is it? Angelo? What's his cat name? He's one of the hitmen. And he talking shit, you know. All these guys gotta stay in Puff pocket, bro. You understand? The Mad Rapper was gonna they was gonna give him a deal. And Puff told the nigga, yo, listen to me. That's your voice, but that's my ideal, that's my shit. You ain't doing nothing with it. They was gonna try to give him a show, album, all that shit. She ain't go nowhere, cause Puff ain't wanted to go nowhere. So here this dude is still sucking him off, you understand? And then wanna talk bad about me. You don't know my relationship with this dude. I knew this dude before you knew this dude. This dude came, this Puff nigga came up under the same game. You understand? I was taking care of him at the building, at the red zone, when he was around the streets with us. I took care of this kid, made sure he was all right. Dude did some slime bucket shit, and then you gonna go back and run your mouth, and he won't even let you even use stuff that you made up. But because you made it up under the bad boy criteria, you can't even use it. Get out of here, man. Go suck him off like you've been doing.
The reason for the lack of direct communication from the involved parties leaves room for continued speculation and uncertainty about the potential outcomes of this controversy are varied. If the allegations are proven false, both Jay-Z and Diddy could emerge relatively unscathed, though the incident might prompt them to be more vigilant about their public image and the spread of rumors. As of right now, neither of the parties have issued an official statement regarding the rumors. Their silence can be interpreted in multiple ways, including a strategic decision to let the story die down, a sign that legal advice is being followed, or simply an indication that the rumors do not warrant a response. On the other hand, if any of the claims turn out to be true, there might be a big fallout, including legal action. This situation offers several lessons for the music industry. Firstly, it emphasizes the need for better mechanisms to address and dispel false claims quickly. Secondly, it emphasizes the importance of maintaining a professional and ethical approach to conflicts and rivalries. Financial repercussions and lasting damage to their legacies regardless of the truth behind the rumors finally, but just as importantly, it draws attention to the larger problem of power dynamics in the sector and the possibility of exploitation and abuse. In order to resolve this issue, Jay-Z and Die3's representatives must communicate openly and clearly with each other through their legal teams or PR representatives, who may then address the rumors. Directly addressing the issue will help to allay concerns and restore some semblance of normalcy. It can also act as a teaching moment for the media and fans, who are vital to the development of this story and will help the industry create better procedures for handling similar controversies in the future. Reporting that stays away from sensationalism and concentrates on factual facts helps slow the spread of untrue stories. Fans can also make a difference by challenging the information they consume and restraining themselves from drawing hasty judgments based on unsubstantiated assertions. Whether the story is accurate, it highlights how important professional behavior is. While the truth is still unknown, the situation raises important issues. Within the music industry, leaders and role models Jay-Z and Diddy have the opportunity to set an example by responding to the rumors in a responsible and constructive manner. Their actions can influence how similar situations are handled in the promotion of a culture of integrity and respect for the rumor that Jay-Z allegedly jumped Diddy to silence him before he could speak out. The response from Jay-Z, Diddy, and the larger industry will be crucial in shaping the narrative and ensuring that such controversies are handled with the seriousness and responsibility they deserve. As fans and media continue to follow the story, it is imperative to prioritize verified information and approach the situation from a critical and thoughtful perspective. Within the music industry, this includes power dynamics, the spread of rumors, and the need for professional and ethical conduct moving forward.